Hey, I have lined up the ultimate special guest. I've got to try to call them and get them on the line with us. I'm going to try to do this now, so we may have to edit out a little time here and see if I can get this to work. If it works, it's going to be huge.
I thought you were going to have them on the line and then call me.
Well, I was going to try, but I thought I'd call you first so I could add them, and then we'll come back to. So here, I'm going to try this.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to call the special guest, and but we got to be recording because we don't want to waste this man's time and stuff because it's a very special opportunity we've gotten here.
Okay.
Very special. So let me see. Add call. Okay, are we all here? Josh?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, and our special guest today?
Oh, hello, everyone. This is Donald J. Trump. You might know me as the President of the United States, the greatest president. I don't know why we even had presidents before me.
Can you
yes, likable guys?
Yes, this is Two Likeable Guys.
Yes, I have heard of you. You're the greatest podcast ever. I don't know why other people even bother having podcasts.
Josh, are you getting this?
Oh, yeah, I'm getting it.
Okay.
I'm getting it.
Well,
I'm sure this is a thrill for your little podcast. You're going to have the best ratings of any podcast ever.
Oh, wait. We're not little. We're not little, sir. We're huge.
Yes, we are huge. Hey, can you tell us about what do we need to be drinking bleach?
Oh, I am glad you asked. Yes, sometimes things come to me that don't necessarily come to commoners who don't have my presidential brain. Yes, bleach. When Dr. Fauci, you know Dr. Fauci?
Yes.
I hand-selected Dr. Fauci along with Mike, come over here. Mike Pence, everybody. My vice president. The greatest vice president ever. Mike Pence. Yes, bleach. I thought that along with a regiment of UV light, very important UV light. It's the light that is you and me. Very important. Yes, bleach. Used in conjunction with light. Very important to treat COVID-19, the Chinese disease.
It's such a treat to be on with you. I'm glad. Thank you for taking time away from your busy schedule.
Yes, I am running the greatest country of all, the greatest country ever. I don't know why anybody else even bothers having countries.
I would agree. I don't understand why. So is there anything you want to tell the people listening to our huge podcast to be careful of, or to any recommendations on how to stay clear of the COVID-19?
Well, it is important, of course, social distancing, washing everything you touch with copious. I just made that word up right now. It's the best word. I know all the big words. Copious amounts of bleach. Mike Pence, bring over the bleach. Mike Pence, everybody. Vice President of the United States, Mike Pence. Mike Pence is the greatest vice president.
Well, we sure appreciate having you today, and thank you for the insight on what we need to be doing. It sure is helpful.
Yes, speaking of doing things, you might have heard I'm married to Melania.
Yes, I've heard that.
And also, I have something else I probably should mention. You may have heard of my son-in-law, Jared Kushner. He's married to my hot daughter, and it's totally not weird that I call her my hot daughter. Ivanka.
It is not weird.
Anyway, I am putting him on a task force. You may know he is solving peace in the Middle East.
Yes.
The best peace in the Middle East. Next, I'm going to have him solve the mystery that people have asked for a long time. Very long time they've asked this question. Jared is going to find the answer. What is the meaning of life?
Yeah, that's finally.
Yes, so look forward to hearing Jared's answer to what is the meaning of life.
do you have any thoughts on Joe Biden?
Sleepy Joe. I have as many thoughts about him as he has about that go on in his brain. Very not presidential brain at all. Sleepy Joe, he would just sleep through his presidency. He would not come up with the bigly ideas I do.
Did you just say bigly?
I don't know what's so funny. Bigly, yes, great big huge ideas. The bigliest of ideas.
Yes, those are bigly. Okay, well, we thank you for your time, Mr. President. It's been an honor.
I'm very busy running the country and all. I probably need to go tweet something. I think that we're having a problem with Covfefe.
We really appreciate your time this afternoon. And you're doing a great job running the country. We appreciate it. And tell everybody where they need to get their UV lights.
Well, it's funny. I was just talking to my vice president, Mike
Pence.
Come on, buddy. Come on over here. Well, he doesn't talk much, but I assure you he is here right now. And he says, if you are going to be buying UV lights, do not buy your UV lights from Canada. There, we are getting many intelligence reports, about the lights coming from Canada, not up to specs, but I am going to have GM, the builder of cars. GM is going to build UV lights. They're going to be the best UV lights.
Yes.
You know, GM and I didn't get along there for a while. Now we get along. The UV lights are going to be very instrumental in fighting the COVID-19.
Well, that is awesome. We do appreciate your time. I know you're a busy man and you're probably just getting home or going to rest for a minute or have another press conference.
Yes, I'm on Air Force One right now. I'm flying my plane. My plane is Air Force One. Top that, little rocket man.
Well, we appreciate your time and all your keen insights today.
Yes, you are very fortunate because I am very busy, very important. No one else on earth is as important as I am.
Yes,
yes. Yes, hold everything. Yes, Melania, I am almost off the phone with two likable guys. Very likable, these two guys.
Thank you, President.
You're welcome. Subject of my kingdom.
Yes, we are subjects. Have a good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Goodbye. I will send you my presidential fruitcake.
Thank you. And no, we don't want Mike Pence.
Hey, just send me a check. I'll be happy.
I think they have summoned you. Did the unlikable guy want to say something?
I was just saying, just send me my check. I'll be good with that instead of the fruitcake.
Oh, yes, I was just talking to someone about that. If you need to, go to the IRS. I've been told it's the IRS website. IRS something about the backslash. Don't know what that is, but backslash COVID. COVID.
COVID. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are also my subject of my kingdom.
Yes. Now go get some rest, and so you can king some more tomorrow.
Yes, I am the king of all I survey.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
That was great.
Bye.
Bye.
Mike.
Maybe he just hung up. All right, are you there?
He might be sitting there listening, waiting for you to talk bad about him or something.
Well, he could be listening, and but that would be through the NSA now. But I thought that was a large treat for the day. I bet you weren't expecting that.
No, I wasn't expecting that.
And I thought that went pretty well.
It was huge.
Okay, and it was huge. It was huge. And for the record, that was it was not the president.
No.
I know.
No.
People are gonna ask and say it was not. I'm just saying to make the record clear. It was just a little fun. We appreciate our president, or we don't. Whatever your thoughts are. But we think it's pretty funny sometimes that the things he says and does, and he gives everyone plenty of ammunition. So anyway, hey, we're two likable guys, and we're here with you in lovely, this is Red Bank, Tennessee.
So who was that? Who was that masked man?
That was the president.
No, I mean, come on.
I'm not at liberty to say at this point. I would have to give anonymity from Melania. I thought it was pretty well.
I thought you were going to say Mike Pence would have to ask Mother if it was okay.
That's true, too. But I think we just needed to poke a little fun at everything that has gone on with the social distancing, the washing of the hands, the drinking of the bleach.
Yeah.
The Lysol IVs.
Yeah, that's where I was going to say the IVs.
Yes.
The UV treatments. Injections.
The UV treatment.
UV injections.
The UV. Yes, and don't use the UV. And don't use the UV light from Canada.
Yeah. I thought for sure he was going to say don't use the bulbs from China. Come on now.
I did too. So that was, and I thought he was going to say China.
China. And we do have the trade agreement with him though, so I guess maybe he didn't want to talk bad about him. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Life is different for me to an extent, but being considered essential, I don't really see how, but working on automotives is considered essential. And I imagine
got to keep them cars rolling.
Yeah, and being a plumber is also considered essential. So
yes, sir.
We're still going to work every day.
Yeah, it really hasn't changed too much for me. Still working. There's the weather has affected me more than the COVID. Except for going to get groceries, we've been utilizing the Walmart pickup where they come and throw it in your car for you, and I'll tell you what, that is great.
I have tried it, and I can't ever get on it early enough. They always say check back tomorrow. We're booked up for the rest of the week.
Yeah, and they had choked it down to where they were only opening up 2 days at a time.
Oh yeah,
I noticed the last time we did it, which was last weekend, I believe. They had opened up like they were doing 5 days now,
right?
And they were all pretty booked up. And I just happened to get lucky.
I want to say this: people have been making fun of people riding around in cars with masks on, with their
how many people have you seen doing
that? Very few, but I've seen other people talk bad about it.
Yeah.
But I'm here to tell you that you can make fun of me, but if I'm in a customer's car, I don't want to spit my potentially infected juices, infected moisture out onto their steering wheel for them to touch. So if I'm alone in a car, in a customer's car, I will be wearing a mask. It's just safer that way. So make fun of me all you want, but it's to keep your
customers safe.
It's to keep my customers safe. Yes.
Yeah, I got
you.
So
I wanted to address that.
I never thought about that, but when you see soccer mom rolling down the road in her little minivan with the with the mask on, it's kind of hard not to say. Mm-hmm.
Right. And I understand that, but I'm saying there's one out of maybe 100 out there that are doing it right.
Yeah.
And protecting, even if it's not their vehicle, I can see why somebody would do it.
Yeah.
But I had trouble finding any kind of alcohol or hand sanitizer. I have this crisis has been solved recently, and I want to give a small shout. It was pricey.
Wait, are you? Wait, are you making your own alcohol now?
No, I'm not. But
don't have a still fired up somewhere.
I do not have a still, but in Nashville, Big Machine Distillery has
Big Machine Distillery.
Yep, Big Machine Distillery out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Is that they part of Big Machine Records?
No, I believe they're. Well, maybe, but I think they were part of Big Machine Vodka.
It's got to be under some big umbrella, some Big Machine umbrella.
Yes. And
go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
But I ordered some from them, and it's a lot like alcohol. It's actually 80% alcohol.
Yeah.
And it comes in a little spray bottle. The ones I ordered, like the 32 ounce, I think they were like $10 a piece, and then plus a little shipping. But they have been fantastic. I love them. I feel safe about them. I feel really good about them. I just wanted to give them, because I couldn't find any alcohol or any hand sanitizer. And this is called non-sterile solution alcohol antiseptic 80%. It worries me that it says non-sterile, but I guess that just means you don't want to use it for open heart surgery or anything to, clean whatever you need to clean. But I absolutely love it. My wife absolutely hates the smell, but the smell goes away very quickly. She thinks it smells like vodka.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
I don't know what vodka really smells like, so it just smells like alcohol to me. So I really like it.
Are you just using that around the house, or are you using it with the job on the customer's cars?
I'm using it at work. At work on cars, like whenever I get into a customer's car, I've been using either that or wipes, some kind of chloroseptic disinfectant wipes, Lysol disinfectant wipes, and I try to wipe down everything I will touch and everything they have touched.
So if somebody gets in the car after you've been doing your job and they get pulled over by the police, they're going to say, "Hey, you been to the bar?"
Yes, they may think they've been to the bar.
They're going to make them blow?
Yeah, no. The smell evaporates quickly. But yeah, I try to clean off everything from the door handle, where you close the door, open the door, steering wheel, gear shifter, radio, air conditioner, anything you touch immediately, lights, windshield wipers, controls, all that stuff gets wiped down immediately before and after when I'm done, just to, keep safe. Because you don't know what anybody else has been doing. And
yeah, that's my thing right there. You don't know what the other person's, where they've been, what they've been doing.
I think the biggest problem that I'm having is we just don't know. There's a lot of misinformation, a lot of information that was right when they gave it, or it was, as accurate as possible. But now looking back, it's not that accurate. For example, they say that about double the population of New York is testing for the antibodies that have been symptomatic or something to that effect. So a lot more people have had it looks like, than we know.
Well,
sadly.
Back in November or so, a bunch of people ended up sick, and everybody thought they had the flu, and they got tested for the flu, and they're like, "Oh no, it's not the flu. We don't know what it is. Some kind of viral infection." Right. Blah blah blah. So here, be sick for 3 weeks and try this. And I'm thinking it was the 1-9er. What do you think?
I wouldn't doubt that at all. Yeah. I would say that's probably very accurate. Man, I'm still so excited that we got to have Donald Trump on. That was great. That may have been my favorite thing to happen yet. But one thing I've got to do, since I've been working, but, can't do anything else after work much. So I have now finished 36 books.
Wow.
36 books. I know, and I'm about to run out of crayons.
No.
Wah, wah, wah.
You had me going there for a minute. Had me go.
I know. I like that. So I'm not very good at staying between the lines.
That just means you're artistic.
Yes. Good stuff. So I have a few ideas about. There are several schools of thought on if this is going to change much about life in these United States. There are those that say everything will get back to normal. It's a matter of time. There are those that say the world has changed forever. What say you?
Well, I think everything has changed, will stay changed. I mean, for years now, each time you see China on the news, they're outside walking around in public, a bunch of them they're all wearing masks.
Yes.
Why are they all wearing masks?
Well,
makes you wonder.
I've always heard that it's because the pollution is so bad. I'm not a Chinese expert,
so they're wearing the mask because of the pollution. They're wearing like the surgical masks instead of like the outdoor allergy yard work masks that we have.
Yeah.
Most of the time, each time I see one, they have a surgical mask on, and there's gaping holes on the side, and where it's not contoured to their face. I'm thinking that's not going to keep the pollution out.
Right. I think I will be a lot more careful if somebody says they're sick or they've been sick. I think I will make an extra effort to steer clear of them.
For years now, I've been that way. If somebody says, kind of been sick, not feeling well, or if somebody says, hey, the kids have kind of had this crud going around and stuff, I stay away from it.
Right.
And nothing, it kills me when I show up somewhere to somebody's house or something, and they're like, oh yeah, well, we've been sick. And I'm thinking, damn, look at the time.
Yep, gotta go.
Gotta go. And I've been that way for years, but now it's super, super elevated, If I hear somebody sniffling or something, I'm like, hey, I know, you get somebody got some allergies and stuff, and they sneeze, everybody gets the little side eye from everybody now. You can't go into a store and clear your throat.
Right. Yeah, no. And heaven forbid you get something stuck in your throat and have a coughing fit. You will be ostracized. And so if I feel a cough or something coming on when I'm in a store, I will, try to muffle it and just, or clear my throat or whatever it takes not to cough, because I think there's a stigma attached to coughing right now.
Oh yeah.
And
definitely.
One thing I think we've learned, and I love the fact that the world can go on without celebrities and sports stars. I think that's a pretty awesome thing. Although, don't get me wrong, I admire what they do and find it very entertaining, some of them. But, it's okay to not have a sports show on every minute of every day. I mean, it's like we've done fine without one of my favorite things was March Madness, and I was a little disappointed, that it didn't happen. And,
right.
But,
right.
Life goes on. There are things more important.
We picked up Amigos for dinner Friday night, and went in to get the order, and there was, I don't know, there's probably 6 people in there waiting on their orders. Of course they've got all the chairs up on top of the tables and stuff. You can't really sit down.
Right.
And, when I walked in, they had the big screens on, and it was a football game from like 2-3 years ago, and everybody was just staring at it like it was happening right then and there. I started laughing. I said out loud to everybody, I said, it's funny how we're all sitting here staring at this TV like it's happening live.
Right.
And there was a woman there. She goes, we eat here all the time. And she goes, I think this same game is on each time I come in here. And she was dead serious. I mean,
Well, let me ask you this. Have you gone as far as to wash your groceries before?
I have not. I have not. I know people who do. I know people who will leave their stuff on the porch for 24 hours.
Okay, that makes sense.
I saw a video on YouTube of a doctor. I'm not sure what state he was in, but he was kind of giving a tutorial about washing your groceries and stuff. And he comes in, he sets all of his groceries on one side of the table. He's got a big table there for like kitchen island or something. He's got it marked off. One side is, dirty per se. The other side is clean, been sanitized and everything. And he takes everything and he wipes it down and sets it on the sanitized side. And then they cut to him talking about the fruit and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes over to his sink and he goes, well, you won't wash your fruits and vegetables with soap and water. Mm-hmm. And I was like, huh? It's a doctor saying, wash it with soap. And I'm like, that goes against everything I've ever been taught about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I got to looking at the notes. It says, revised, do not use soap when you wash your vegetables.
Good.
I'm thinking, yeah, it might taste, might get a little palm olive taste going on there. Or, little Dawn dishwashing.
Do you remember Tom Green?
Yeah, the comedian.
Yes, the comedian Tom Green. I saw a video of him getting a delivery of groceries, then he putting it all out in his driveway and taking some spraying and washing everything down, and then hosing it all off, and then packing it up and taking it inside.
Cardboard boxes and everything.
Yeah, and
soaking wet.
Yeah. So, but it was,
he's just doing that to be funny.
It was interesting, though. I mean, because there was quite a bit of grocery items there, and I haven't. If I go to a gas station and grab a pack of chips or something, now I will wipe it down with a wipe and a disinfectant wipe. I don't know that it does anything, but it makes me feel better about it.
Right.
So I really
that video I saw of that doctor, he was like, anything that you get that comes in a cardboard box, it's in a bag on the inside of that box, like your cereal. Take it out of the box, throw the box away.
Oh, okay.
And then you've got your bag left. Frozen pizzas,
mm-hmm.
Take them out of the box. They're wrapped in plastic. And then throw the box away. And I'm thinking, you're throwing the instructions away. How are you going to know how to cook that pizza?
That's exactly what I was just thinking. I would be lost without the instructions.
each one is like, you cook it at 400 degrees, you cook it at 425.
Mm-hmm.
It's all each one has a different setting.
Yeah.
How you supposed to know?
Yeah, these.
Of course, the fat kid's worried about cooking pizza. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've got to worry about how our pizza is cooked. Because if you cook that, my problem is that I'll put it in there on the, just the rack, and then the bottom burns and the top's still frozen. And so then you have to broil it, and then I forget about it and let it too long, and then it's all crispy. And then I have to,
that it's all burnt.
Yeah. And then I just eat, pizza chips. Is basically what it amounts to. Fun stuff, though. I wonder, though, if the world is going to be changed. I think to an extent. I think, everything. I think about other big events in our lives, and then the first one that comes up is 9/11, and that changed the way we travel and the way we view the headscarves and stuff, because after 9/11 we were all worried about people, suicide bombers walking around. If you go in the grocery store and someone's wearing their, I don't know what it's called, but and they're all covered and everything, you don't know what's under there. It could be a bomb, it could be just a person wanting to shop, it could be anything. And I mean, it's not that I worry about that, but it's a thought that crosses my mind. So, in saying that, is there something to, like, when you see somebody wearing a mask, is it, oh, they're smart, or are they sick and not trying to infect other people?
I think everybody looks at it like, oh yeah, okay, so they're either sick or they're just crazy thinking they're going to get sick, or they're smart,
right.
or they're just going way overboard. Which, I'm all for, you do whatever makes you feel better.
I agree with that.
If you want to have a dive suit on with a full mask with oxygen, I mean, go for it.
And I have friends that are immunocompromised. I have a friend with MS that is, takes several medications that lowers their immunity to deal with their problems. So I understand, if I saw them out with a mask and everything, I would understand why, but it's hard to realize that when you see other people, you're like, why are they doing it? They look perfectly healthy. And this person looks perfectly healthy.
But like you were saying, there could be something, they could have some kind of underlying issue that, you don't see on the outside.
Right. I worry more about my folks and their abilities.
Well, that's what I was fixing to ask you about. That's where I was going to go with me and Jennifer also. You've got both your folks, and then you've got two youngins too.
Right. That
you got to worry about.
Yeah. Luckily, the data suggests that the youngins aren't as capable. It doesn't hit them as hard in most cases. As
what they were thinking.
Yeah. And it's still.
I mean, when it first came out, it was all the old people and then the little ones.
Yeah. And I haven't, I've heard of pediatric cases. Even here in town, I think we had one pediatric death in Chattanooga area. But I have not seen much else other than that one instance. It worries me. My little buddy, my son Luke, he doesn't get out much right now at all. He may go ride in the car with us to get something, but most of the time he is inside the house. If we go out, he does not get out of the car seat. It's just, I don't want to put him at risk. And, he has no way of not putting stuff in his mouth. No. That's where we are with him now. Everything he touches goes into his mouth. And so
well, I've seen the photos that you've posted. the kid likes dirt.
He does like dirt.
And that's good for him, man. That's good for him.
Yeah, I've had people scold me a little bit about that, but if he does it so quick and it's already in his mouth, so instead of, if it was a choking hazard, I'm on it. But if he's just sitting there eating dirt before I can get it out of his hand, I'll take a picture of it. It's already in his mouth.
Yeah. Well, you just tell him, hey, you raise your own kid. Don't worry about mine.
Well, the saying that I've always heard when I was younger and I would eat dirt, as I can vaguely remember that, but they would always tell me that God made dirt and dirt won't hurt. So
dirt won't hurt.
And dirt won't hurt. So
that's I've heard stories from the olden times about kids that were sickly, and the doctors telling the parents, hey, let them play outside more. Let them get dirty.
Yeah.
It'll help them out.
Somebody had told me that they saw the picture of him eating dirt, or the video I have of him eating dirt, and they said his immune system's going to be great. And so hopefully that's true. I don't really know the long-term effects of that. But, I had allergies when I was a smaller kid, so I had to have allergy shots. And from my understanding, that is just giving me a little bit of what I'm allergic to make my body accept it. So, Here, I do have one question for you. And I don't know if these are viruses, but, with polio, there's a vaccine. With the measles, the mumps, rubella, there's vaccines. Chickenpox, there's a vaccine. You take it once and you're pretty much good, maybe once or twice, and you take it and you're good for life. The flu shot, though, I'm sure a medical expert could explain this to me, but you take a flu shot every year, and it doesn't always work. It sometimes works. But why do you have to keep taking that stuff? And why can they only do it once on these other things? Is it just a more stable virus? My idiocy is, my ignorance is coming out right now. But it just doesn't make sense.
Well, I don't know that much, on the technical side of it. I don't know that much about it, but I believe from what I've heard is that the flu strains change every season.
Okay.
So it's like they tweak it a little bit to help take care of it on the next time around.
Yes.
Personally, I've never done the whole flu shot thing.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
I don't plan on doing it. If I can get away without doing it.
Yes.
Let me knock on some wood here. Jennifer's mom worked at one of the big hospitals here in town, and they got everybody to take flu shots, and or I don't know if they got everybody, but
usually
it's mandatory. But
usually any medical establishment, it's mandatory.
Well, she was in records, so I guess she was all around the hospital, whatever. But she got the flu shot, got sick like 2 days later, and was in bed for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just right after getting the flu shot. I don't think she's ever had another one. I may be mistaken, but
yeah,
I don't think she has.
And this is such a controversial topic on whether to take it or not, and do what makes you comfortable. Do what's right for you is my thought. And
we can get into the whole vaccination stuff. We're going down a rabbit hole here. Once we get into all that stuff.
Would you take a COVID-19 vaccination?
I don't think so.
I don't think I'm ready for that at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
they don't know enough, and I really don't think they will still know enough in 18 months or whatever when they're talking about having one cooked up.
right.
I don't know, man.
I going to make a small prediction here. It's not that wild or crazy or out there, but I do believe if everything keeps going the way it's going, we're going to open everything back up. There's going to be a resurgence, maybe in a few months, maybe in I think it'll be more of a few months than a few weeks. And I think we're going to have stay-at-home orders come this fall with this mess. I hope that doesn't come true, but I really foresee it at this point. Because I don't think we're going to eradicate it, and then people are going to start getting the flu again, late fall or winter, and it's going to screw us all up again. And they're saying that the experts are saying there won't be any sporting events with fans until at least 2021.
Yeah, they have already said that, yes, it's coming back in the fall. There's no doubt about it. So just go ahead and get ready.
Yeah, and I will add that the stimulus, I guess you haven't gotten yours. I did get mine. We did get ours, and that helped. And
yeah, but see, I don't ever. I always have to pay in.
Right.
So I don't have it set up on electronic. I write them a check. I write one check a year, and it's to the government.
Right.
I need to start doing it 4 times and paying in where I don't get penalized for doing that.
And my business.
But,
one thing I want to go over real quick. Well, not real quick, but just the small business, the SBA loans.
The Icy Man is actually going by my house.
The what?
The ice cream man. The ice cream man.
Really?
Yeah. I'm down here in the basement bunker, and right over here by the garage door, and I can hear the Icy Man.
Wow.
I don't know if the neighbors' kids are out there getting some or not. I've heard the music here for a few minutes. So
all right.
it might. Sure, microphone might pick it up. I don't know. But hold tight. Just wait. Let me get up, baby.
Certainly.
All right, I'm back.
Yes, sir. And this is breaking news. You're not going to get this anywhere else. I just received a text from our character that plays President Trump, and he told me, and I'm going to read this. He says he forgot to mention that he was going to negotiate a deal with China and have Mexico pay for it. Bleach and UV light. You know that I negotiate the best deals. China. There.
China.
That was the latest from the character playing President Trump.
Hey, and he mentioned the Rocket Man. I meant to ask him if he had been in touch or sent flowers or anything to the little Rocket Man.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Is that official now? Is that still?
No, I think it's still the rumor mill's still going around.
Yeah.
That he's incapacitated or dead or something.
Yeah, that's terrible. I hate it for anybody, but it's just what it is.
That might get all edited out. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine. I want to mention as a small business, business has slowed dramatically for me. I still have work, and I still need to scrounge up every penny to meet the bills and pay the bills. And so I did apply for assistance through the SBA, and that was a big crock of crap.
Well, your name's not Ruth or Chris.
Yeah, and I was.
You heard about all that, right?
Yeah, and I was really hoping, and they took the maximum, which I think was $10 million.
Was it 10 or did they get 20?
One or the other. But
I thought they got $20 million, but everybody called them out on it, and so now they're giving it back.
Yeah, I mean, which I know there are a lot of business that that could have helped 10 smaller. $1 million could have helped 10 smaller businesses with $100,000, and that would have helped them out tremendously. I mean, just for it to go to these bigger places that had the resources is really, really disheartening.
Yeah, and I'd heard I was listening to the radio either yesterday or today or something, and people were talking about what constitutes a small business. They're like, if you have a company, a business that has 500 employees here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, that's a big business.
Yes,
it's not a small business. No. But like somewhere in like New York City or something, that would be considered small business.
Well,
Los Angeles or something, that's what they were saying on the radio.
But, following the news closely as this was coming out and they started talking about a stimulus package, I was real excited, thinking that, there was actually going to be a chance, because they even said, self-employed sole proprietors could apply.
I had that conversation with my dad Friday. I think he has applied for it, and me and my brother, everybody that works with the company, we're all 1099.
Right.
So we could actually apply for it because we run our own business, really. On paper, I run my own business.
Right.
Even though that I'm contracted out through my old man.
I've got one call back from the city of Chattanooga, a preliminary application, and they took all my information down and said, hey, within a week or so, you'll be getting another call back. And they led me to believe, maybe falsely, maybe it wasn't their fault, but they thought I had a real chance of getting aid, getting a loan. A loan was fine. I can pay it back. That's no big deal. It would really help in the meantime. But it's been 2 weeks since then, I believe. It's been about 14 days and not a word. That's disheartening.
Well, I'd heard that you actually needed to go through your bank to do it.
Well, and I thought that too, but they told me I was doing everything right, and they were going to direct me to where I needed to go. And I think funds ran out. I think they were trying to do the right thing. And then, all the big companies with the best legal departments that can go through this paperwork and do it quickliest, can do it very bigly. They got through and, they got it. They got their money, and it left all of us small guys just left out. But, that's okay. The government is not my source of income. It just would have been nice. It would have been a nice, helpful benefit, but I'm going to make it somehow without that. So that's good.
Well, I mean, companies like Ruth Chris trying to get $20 million. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel like it's the fat cats trying to pad their own pockets.
Right.
They need to come off that wallet and take care of their employees.
Right.
It's kind of the way I feel about it.
Then that makes sense. I mean, I'm sure there's people that say, well, that, hurts their brand and whatnot, that could, lower their whatever. And
then we start bringing politics into it. It's like, oh, that's socialist, blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Yes.
But, come on. You take care of your people. They're taking care of you. You need to take care of your people. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. And I agree completely.
You can call me a Bernie bro if you want to.
That's another thing. I listened to this one gentleman talk. He seems pretty knowledgeable. And he said, the conservative movement is now dead. He said, if you are asking for a bailout, you are 100% a socialist. And he said, what has happened did more for the socialist movement than Bernie Sanders ever could, as far as getting people to take off the government dole. And, it makes sense. I think there'll still be those that come out and, and where this puts our big government at is going to be scary. The debt we are in as a nation has, what did they say, quadrupled just in the past, 6 months or so.
No, yeah, I'm sure.
I don't remember. It seemed like it was 4 or 5 trillion, 7 trillion, 6 trillion. I don't know. But it's a lot. I mean, trillion is a huge. It's going to be huge. I mean, he told us it was going to be huge. Wow. But I am still so excited that we got to have our character playing President Trump on earlier. He talked to us about Jared Kushner and Melania. That was great. And
his smoking hot daughter.
Yes, yes.
That was pretty good.
I thought it was fairly accurate too. Whether you love him or hate him, I think we can all agree we can laugh at him sometimes.
I thought you could say, whether you love him or hate him, we can all agree he's got a smoking hot daughter.
Oh, well, that too. That's pretty good.
I was waiting for that to come out of your mouth.
No, but that is funny. But I think we've had enough for today. I'm thinking we can wrap it up. I think we've done pretty good. And we're two likable guys. We like you. And I hope you like us too. Have a great day, everybody.